Happy Tuesday, guys. How you all doing today? I got a special treat for you guys. I got Coach E in the building.
What's up, guys?
We shipped Andrew out of here. We sent him to the beach. We took him out.
Sayonara.
So we have some awesome stuff for you guys. We touched on it. We prefaced it about 2 weeks ago on this perfectionist mindset that we get in and how it inhibits us or slows us down from truly reaching our potential. So we're kind of diving in a little bit deeper with the athletes, but this is something where if you're an athlete or if you're an adult, if you don't address it, it's going to be an ongoing issue that you're going to continuously face. So pertaining to the student athlete, we have a few areas that we find that they're getting stuck in trying to be perfect. And 1 is academics, 2, athletics, 3, relationships, and 4, it's going to be popularity or your social media presence amongst others. So Coach E here, he's going to dive into each one and how each one can send you down kind of a bad rabbit hole as you chase perfection.
All right, so with academics, when it comes to striving for perfection in that area, it's a good thing to be striving for greatness. You want your kids to get good grades. You want them to be the straight A students, but sometimes they put that pressure on themselves too hard and say they're shooting for a 90, 100%, and they're studying their butt off, they're really working, and they're giving it their best shot, and then they get an 89. If they're beating themselves up over an 89 and they gave it their best shot, that's where the issue lies. Not in the fact that they didn't get the A, it's that they're disappointed in themselves despite giving their best efforts. Same thing goes for athletics.
Yeah, I want to dive into that one. I'm not saying it's okay to get bad grades. Eric didn't say that either.
Correct.
Because when I first heard it, I didn't want kids to leave here and go to mom and dad like, hey, I got a C, and Travis said that's okay. If you're playing Fortnite all night and you're staying up watching Netflix and you're skipping your homework and you're not going for extra help and you get a bad grade, that's an issue.
That's on you.
But if you truly dive in and you give it everything you got and you end up with that B, that's okay.
Yep.
But if you're slacking and getting a B, getting a C, getting a D, that's where we're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yep, and then when it comes to athletics, it's trying to get that first team all conference, trying to win states, trying to be the lead scorer, trying to be the starting athlete, trying to be the coach's favorite. All these things that athletes are constantly trying to do, when in actuality what they should be focusing on is just getting a little bit better each day. Focusing on one step at a time, climbing that ladder to success one rung at a time, instead of focusing on those things that are going to fade at the end of the day. Because when it comes to those accolades, some of us have gotten those. At the end of the day, that's not what gets you up in the morning. You should be focusing on improvement, and then the greatness will come by focusing on the individual brushstrokes, not the big picture overall.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to athletics, there's so much human error to it.
Yep.
If you're chasing stats, as a baseball player or a softball player, I know athletes get infatuated with their batting average. Well, sometimes the umpire, they might make a bad call, right? And that causes you to strike out. Or if you're a pitcher, the people behind you might not make the play, okay? All you can do is to take at each at-bat and go after it. And you got to do the work in between the games to put yourself in a situation where you can succeed.
Yep, and then moving on to the popularity, the social media presence one. That's a big one.
Especially now.
Especially now. Everybody's all over Instagram. Everybody's all over Snapchat. I see people, athletes, advertising their Instagram pictures on Snapchat saying, go like my recent, things like that. Not that it's a problem to have an Instagram or anything, but if you're getting too caught up on the number, on the amount of people liking your pictures or the amount of people that follow you, instead of the things that actually matter in life, like your growth as a human being, as an athlete, as a student, and being a good friend to the people that are in your life, then that's where things are going to start to get muddied up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then with relationships, right? It's really hand in hand with that popularity contest that we get caught up in. There's a human element to it, and essentially you're putting your self-worth in other people's hands, okay? So you're losing control of your confidence. You're losing control of who you are because you're letting others dictate, is it cool? Do they like it? Okay? So we're trying to flip that script a little bit. So we've come up with the one solution that's going to help you and your athlete overcome this perfectionist mentality. And what it is I like to coin it, not in coin it, Brandon Burchard put it out there, honor the hustle. And we're encouraging the athletes, you want to strive to perfect what you want to be great at and not be perfect. I say it very differently because if you're looking to perfect something, you're finding an opportunity to get better each day.
Yep.
And I promise you, if you're going through that journey looking to get better each day, you're going to end up achieving great things, whether it's being all-county pitcher, whether it's getting the college scholarship, or one day being a rock star dad, or running a Fortune 500 company. That's going to be what propels you to success. And you got to find blips along that journey that you're going to celebrate so you don't get burnt out and face the stress. You got to have points where you can celebrate. Exactly. I've been telling all the athletes, when does Tom Brady celebrate during his journey? Because he's looking to perfect playing quarterback. If you like him or not, the guy's incredible. He got better each year, and he's still working on the release of the way he throws. He celebrates when he wins Super Bowls, okay? And, I mean, he's won enough that he's had enough time to celebrate his journey. But the big thing is, the two differentiators, how you overcome this perfectionist mentality, is strive to perfect, not be perfect. Honor the hustle along the way and understand it's going to be a journey, and it doesn't happen overnight. But once the athletes master that philosophy, their confidence is going to skyrocket because you're going to start getting subtle wins along the journey. There's a lot of things that go in conjunction with this, but this is the first step of overcoming that perfectionist beast that so many people get caught up in.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, exactly what Travis said, honor the hustle, find that little thing that you can do each day to propel you forward. But on top of that, try not to compare yourself to others while you're doing that. Because the one thing that all 4 or 5 of these topics that we talked about, the academics, the athletics, the social media, all those different things have in common is it's based off of the standard that somebody else has set for you, or the standard that you're assuming somebody else has set for you, for your athlete, for them. So at the end of the day, you got to be able to focus on your own standards, the things that you care about, the areas that you want to grow, and then stop comparing yourself to others as you do it. And that's when you're going to find the most happiness, most success, and you're going to propel yourself forward in the best way possible.
Yeah, and there's so many culprits that drive the perfectionist beast that there's so many different sources, okay? But the big thing is this one philosophy is going to help you get over that, okay, to a certain degree. It might mean you need to reach out and talk to someone to help kind of point out and give you direction. You might be lost and not know where to go, but guys, this is going to be a game changer. I promise if you apply it, you're going to see results. Honor the hustle. What can you do today to get a little bit better than you were yesterday?
One step at a time.
One step,
propel
baby.
ourselves forward and find that greatness. Perfect, not perfect.
Hey, get better this week. Thank you, guys.
Have a great week, guys.